Hey babies, it's me, Nana. I'm back. Back from vacation at the beach, and Papa's doing better, so Nana has been away for a little while, but I'm back. I'm trying to get it back together here and get all this organized. So today we're going to read Margaret and H.A. Reys, Curious George, and the Firefighters. Look at that little monkey. Looks like a little monkey. I know some little monkeys. Okay, this is George. He was a good little monkey and always very curious with a crooked head. Today, George and his friend, the man with the yellow hat, joined Mrs. Gray and her class on their field trip to the fire station. It's fire station number 3, too. The fire chief was waiting for them, right next to a big red fire truck. Fire truck. Big red fire truck. Welcome, he said, and he led everyone upstairs to begin their tour. There was a kitchen with a big table, and there was snacks for everyone. The fire chief told them all about being a firefighter. George tried hard to pay attention, but there were so many things for a little monkey to explore, like that shiny silver pole in the center. Look at that corner. See it? See that? You know, we lived in a fire station. We'll talk about that in a minute. There was no pole. We would have slid down it. Why? It went back downstairs. There was the great big fire truck. There was a map of the city, and there was a whole wall full of coats and hats and big black boots. Check it out. George had an idea. First, he stepped into a pair of boots. Next, he picked out a helmet. And finally, George put on a jacket. He was a firefighter. Suddenly, bring. I don't have a bring. I need a bring. I guess the firefighters all rushed in. This is not my helmet, said one. My boots are too big, said another. Hurry, called the fire chief. A bright red light on the map of the city told him just where the fire was. See the map? It's over there. Okay, where to go? Hurry. One by one, the firefighters jumped into the fire truck. And so did George. He's a fireman now. He's got to go too. The fire truck with all the firefighters sped out of the firehouse. And so did George. The siren screamed and the lights flashed. Hurry, we gotta get to the fire. The truck turned right. Then it turned left. Woo, 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 went the whistle, and George held on tight. Hold on, George, hold on. Into the fire. And just like that, the fire truck and all the firefighters pulled up to a pizza parlor on Main Street. Smoke was coming out of a window in the back, and a crowd was gathering in the street. Thank goodness you're here, cried the cook. Nana's been cooking. Just kidding. The firefighters rushed off the truck and started unwinding their hoses. They knew just what to do, and George was ready to help. He climbed up on the hose reel. See? So I'll help him reel out the hose. That's good, George. Good, George. One of the firefighters saw George trying to help, and he took George by the arm and led him out of the way. A fire is no place for a monkey, he said to George. You stay here where it's safe. George felt terrible. George sat on the bench and looked around. Next to him on the ground was a bucket full of balls. George reached in and took one out. It fit in his hand just right, like the apple he had had for a snack. A little girl was watching George. He tried to give her the ball, but she was too frightened. George took another ball and another. Look, a boy said, that monkey is juggling. Oh, he's a juggling monkey. The boy took a ball from the cage and tossed it to George, but it went too high. George climbed up onto the fire truck to get it. Oh, he's climbing up there. Let me make sure it was that. Yeah, see him up there? Okay. Now George had 4 balls to juggle. He threw the balls higher and higher. He juggled with his hands. He juggled with his feet. He could do all kinds of tricks. Look at him. I can't juggle at all. The boy threw another ball to George. George threw a ball back to the boy. The little girl reached down and picked up a ball, too. Soon all the children were throwing and catching back and forth. Wow. Nana likes to play ball. The fire chief came to tell everyone that the fire was out. Just then the little girl laughed and said, "Look, Mommy, a fire monkey." "Hey," called the fire chief, "what are you doing up there?" "What a wonderful idea," the little girl's mother said to the fire chief, "bringing this brave little monkey to help children when they're frightened." "Oh," the fire chief said, "well, thank you. Thank you." Thank you. Thank you, Al. I'll take that compliment. Before long, the fire truck was back at the firehouse, where a familiar voice called, "George!" It was the man with the yellow hat. "This little monkey had quite an adventure," said one of the firefighters. "Is everyone all right?" said Mrs. Gray. "Yes, it was just a small fire," said the fire chief, "and George was a big help." Now the field trip was coming to an end, and there was one more treat in store. One more treat in store. Wonder what it could be. I bet I can guess. The one thing I wanted to do, and I couldn't do. Oh, no, it ain't. I'm sorry. I was sliding down the road. All the children got to take a ride around the neighborhood on the shiny red fire truck, and they each got their very own fire helmet. Even George, and it was just the right size for a brave little monkey. Yay! Way to go, George. What a helper you are. Yes, we used to live in a firehouse. There was no pole, but it was big like that and had all the hooks for the coats and the thing. Had lockers for the firemen and stuff. It was cool. It was cool. My babies, you can ask your mom about it if she remembers. All right, guys. Nana's got to, well, she's got to get ready to go to work. Fun times. So, I love you guys, and hopefully I will see you soon. But I'll see you next time. Nana Story Time with Brenda. Love you. Bye.